Virtue ethics is the ethical framework that is concerned with understanding the good as a matter of developing the virtuous character of a person. An example of virtue ethics is the concept of ethical epistemology implied in Socrates' philosophy. Socrates' view of an ethical life is the biconditional relation between knowledge and virtue. He argues that knowledge is virtue and ignorance is vice. To Socrates, the highest form of knowledge is the knowledge of oneself. Knowledge of oneself begins with humble confession of utter ignorance. When the human person realizes that he knows nothing, he starts searching for truth. Truth is arrived at through heuristic method, commonly known as the Socratic method. Heuristic method plays a crucial role in the search for what is good, in the quest for knowledge. It limits the human person to asking questions only, and not answering questions even when confronted with questions. Such a method involves two basic processes. First is the Aaronic process, and second is the Maieutic process. The Aaronic process, which is also known as the pragmatic process, is an affirmation of docta ignorantia, or the doctrine of ignorance. And what is the doctrine of ignorance? Knowing, not knowing. When the human person admits that he knows nothing, he in fact admits that he knows something. That is, he knows nothing. It is natural for humans to claim that they know many things, if not everything. And because of such a claim, they fail to be open to new insights. It is only possible to fill an empty glass rather than to fill a glass that is already full. Knowing oneself means knowing one's nature, motives, strengths, weaknesses, abilities, disabilities, or the entire gamut of one's personality, including one's ignorance. More than a contradiction, it is a paradox. The irony then is I know that I do not know. The Aaronic process always comes along with the Maieutic process. When one humbly admits that he knows nothing, he submits himself to openness to learn something new. With a critical interrogation approach, he engages in an authentic dialogue with others, which is technically known as the Maieutic process. The Maieutic process is a dialectic process that involves discourse through induction to arrive at a certain definition. Induction is the process of reasoning from particular to universal. One learns about himself from others, most especially in certain areas that are known to others but not to the self through conversation. Socrates' complete knowledge of oneself may be related to the Johari window. Among the four cells of the Johari window, only two cells, the arena and the facade, or 50% are known to the self, meaning that the self must realize that he still has the task of knowing the remaining 50%. As mentioned, the blind spot, which constitutes 25% of the total self knowledge, will only be known through dialogue with others. Dialogue, more than speaking, is listening. The human person should speak less and listen more, not only because he has two ears and one mouth, but because to speak more is to assume that he knows more, while to listen more is to assume that he knows less. He must focus on the things that he doesn't know or he doesn't know yet, rather than on the things that he already knows. Dialogue, more than an exchange of views, is a perspective and a stance of openness that involves sharing, discovery, evaluation, and respect. It requires self transcendence, a crossing of boundaries, and a change in one's orientation to comprehend and empathize with the other. It provides a space to let go of traditional judgment of others and of prejudices and misconceptions, to recognize differences and discover interdependence. It requires the willingness of the parties involved to transform and adapt to their own value systems, to local contexts, and to others without compromising the core identity. In dialogue, the intention is not to advocate but to inquire, not to argue but to discover, not to convince but to explore. The mystery realm in the Johari's window, which constitutes 25% of the total self knowledge, is known through constant introspection, reflection, self-mirroring, or self-examination. Since the fourth cell is a total unknown area, careful, thoughtful, and truthful self-assessment is required to know the unknown, meaning that more than a conversation with others, the meiotic process is a dialogue with oneself. Self conversation or inner reasoning is known as the dialogist side. Self examination is essential to conquer oneself and to resolve mental conflicts. Socrates has been very popular in his teaching that an unexamined life is not a human life, or an unexamined life is not worth living. For example, when a blind person takes up photography because it is his interest, it means to say that he doesn't know himself. He doesn't know that photography is dependent on the sense of sight. Later, he becomes frustrated for not being successful in the field. He ends up unhappy. Knowledge plays a significant role in living a virtuous life. A person who is knowledgeable is a person who is virtuous. A person who is virtuous is a good person who lives his life happily. Who is a virtuous person? A virtuous person excels in the art of reasoning, he excels in the application of energy, and he excels in the control of appetites. In short, a virtuous person is wise, courageous, temperate, and just. In Plato's Republic, uh, Socrates debunked the notions or definitions of justice argued by Cephalus, Polemarchus, and Thrasymachus, while elucidating from Glaucon and Adimantus a proposed conception of a just man. Cephalus defines justice as speaking of the truth or honesty in words and deeds, and paying what is owed or returning whatever one has borrowed. In response, Socrates made use of an analogy of a weapon. He said that it is unjust to return a weapon to a mad person even when such a weapon belongs to the same person. Polemarchus also provided his own definition of justice. According to him, justice is helping one's friend and harming one's enemy. In response, Socrates used the analogy of a doctor. He said that a doctor has the duty to help his patient regardless whether the patient is his friend or an enemy, because it is unjust to harm anybody. Justice is human nature. Justice is not the utilization of virtues to harm others. Thrasymachus also brought to the surface his definition of justice. According to him, justice is the advantage of the stronger party. It is defined by power or influence. In response, Socrates argued that as humans, rulers commit mistakes too. It is the quality of life that defines justice and not power. To Socrates, justice is the harmonious interplay of the virtues of wisdom, courage, and temperance. At the individual level, justice can only be attained if the three parts of the soul, reason, volition, and passion, are fulfilling their role in accordance with the respective function. In summary, the whole idea of Socrates' ethical epistemology is simply the logical affinity between knowledge and virtue, between intellectual and moral, between theoretical and practical, or between knowing and doing, or between vision and action, or between possibilities and responsibilities, between thinking and being. To Socrates, the summum bonum or the highest good is the well being of the soul. It is a just life, meaning a life lived in goodness, interwoven with happiness. Thank you.